Everyone wants to be fit, yet 2 out of every 3 Americans are now overweight. Everyone wants a happy marriage, yet 1 out of 2 ends in divorce. And everyone wants more success in their careers, yet most struggle just to keep their heads above water. Tonight, share an amazing story that sheds new light on how ordinary people can achieve extraordinary success. A better body, a happier marriage, and the fast track to success may be a lot easier than you think.
Hi everybody, I'm Gary Bender. Max International co-founder Stephen K. Scott has been a close friend of mine for 25 years. But for those of you who don't know Steve, let me tell you a little bit about him. Partnering with many of America's most famous personalities, he has created more than 24 multi-million-dollar companies from scratch, doing billions of dollars in sales. Steve considers his newest venture, Max International, to be the most important project of his life, one which he believes can significantly impact the health and happiness of millions of people, and at the same time provide tremendous opportunities for greater levels of success and fulfillment.
Hi, I'm Steve Scott. Through the years, I've had a chance to see hundreds of wonderful products and have had the privilege of taking many of those products into the homes of millions of families throughout the world. These have included products like Where There's a Will, There's an A with John Ritter and Michael Landon, a hair care line with Cher, Dillamil with Richard Simmons, and various fitness products with Suzanne Summers and Jane Fonda. But of course, my favorite is the Total Gym with Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley. But in my 30 years of searching for breakthrough products, I have never found anything that can compare to the product you're about to hear about. A product that I believe can radically improve the quality of life for millions of people throughout the world. My hope is that in the months ahead, millions of men and women will experience the kinds of results from this product that I have personally experienced and have seen so many others experience as well. I'm talking about an incredible nutritional supplement called MaxGXL, a product developed by an extraordinary medical doctor and research scientist, Dr. Robert J. Keller. Now, this product is not a medical treatment for any illness, and in itself is not the superhero of our story. The real superhero of our story is a product produced by every cell in your body called glutathione. Glutathione is needed by every cell to function. Unfortunately, beginning at the age of 20, our body produces less and less of this marvelous substance each decade. That's the bad news. The good news is MaxGXL provides a nutritional base that enables every cell in your body to produce and recycle significantly more glutathione. I recently had a chance to sit down with Dr. Keller to discover straight from the doctor's mouth the incredible role our body's glutathione plays and how only MaxGXL enables the body to produce and regenerate the glutathione that is so important to our health and to counter the aging process. But before the interview, here are a few facts you should know about Dr. Keller.
Dr. Robert J. Keller is board certified in immunology, hematology, and oncology. In addition to his medical practice, he's had a distinguished career in medical research and was named one of the 2,000 outstanding scientists of the 21st century. He has served on the faculties of the Mayo Graduate School of Medicine, the University of Wisconsin Medical School, and other medical colleges. He's also served on the scientific review panels of the National Institutes of Health and the Veterans Administration. He has authored more than 100 original peer-reviewed research articles published in various medical journals. Today, he directs the medical research at Phoenix Biosciences, and at his clinic in Hollywood, Florida, treats patients with diseases of the immune system, blood diseases, and cancer. Here's a segment of Steve Scott's recent interview with Dr. Keller.
So let's start with the immune system and the role that glutathione, or GSH, plays in our immune system.
Each cell in your body, and it's not just your immune system, it's virtually every cell in your body from the top of your head, including your brain, to the tip of your toes, has to create ATP, which is a substance that is used for energy. That involves a whole series of chemical reactions. That's the good news. The bad news is we're oxygen-based organisms. We live on oxygen. And oxygen creates a fire. And that fire is called an oxidant. And in order to put it out, you need a very good antioxidant. Now, many antioxidants work for one thing, or two things, or three things. Glutathione works for everything.
Tell me about what happens with our glutathione production as we age.
As we age, the old data tells us that it decreases by about 10% a decade or 1% a year. I think that data, however, is very much outdated. Given the stressful environment we live in, the polluted air we breathe, the less than wonderful food we eat, and the fact that 70% of the American populace is sleep deprived, I would suggest that glutathione levels decrease much more rapidly than is projected in the literature.
What does the drop in glutathione do to our body?
Well, it's very simple. If, in point of fact, glutathione is responsible for putting out the fires so your body or each cell therein can produce a maximum amount of energy, as that glutathione decreases, so does the energy production from each cell in your body. Not only that, but you wind up with increased amounts of what are called oxidants. And there's very good data in the literature to say that oxidation, or too much oxidants, if you will, or not enough antioxidants, are really responsible for accelerated aging.
So what you're telling me then is glutathione levels go down, I'm going to actually age faster than I would if they were up to an optimal level.
Oh, absolutely. Your body works as an electrochemical circuit. And the fact of the matter is, this ATP, this energy substance that's produced by little furnaces in each cell in your body that are called mitochondria, are responsible for each cell functioning maximally. Well, if your cells are functioning at 50% of maximum, clearly, okay, the problems attendant with that is you lose energy, you lose the ability to exercise, and all the other things that have been talked about with regard to aging.
Does GSH play any role in my body's ability to fight off infection or disease, or even, I've heard, for example, that heart disease today, they're telling us, is as much a function of inflammation as it may be from other causes.
Absolutely true. There was a researcher 30 years ago who posited that inflammation was really responsible for heart disease, and unfortunately that was rather shunned by the medical community until 2002, when it suddenly became, oh, well, we forgot about inflammation and it really is important. So anything that will decrease inflammation will protect things. Now, let's define what I mean by decreasing inflammation. Inflammation comes from too many of those oxidants, those burning factors, that are not countered by antioxidants. And again, glutathione being the top of the antioxidant chain, it's the one I'd clearly like to have the most of.
Now, what makes MaxGXL different from other similar kinds of products?
If you Google glutathione, you will find that 80% of the products are actually glutathione themselves. That's a fallacy, because if you ingest glutathione, it will be broken up into its component parts by the acid in the stomach and will never get into your body in a form that your body can use it. The fact is, we spent 3 years doing a number of experiments to find the appropriate ingredients at the exactly correct amounts to allow it to, 1, get through the stomach, 2, be preferentially absorbed, because not everything you put in your mouth gets absorbed into your body, and 3, and this is the real trick, it has to get through 2 membranes. One is at the entrance to the cell, and then the second one is into this furnace called the mitochondria. And so we created a very unique formula, which, by the way, was given a composition patent, which is usually reserved only for ethical drugs, that would promote absorption, get it to where it should be, and say to the body, you can do anything you want with it, but oh, by the way, the easiest thing you can do, and the body will always take the path of least resistance, is to make glutathione.
And you've actually done blood tests on groups of patients that have shown the difference